The bravest journeys do not begin with certainty. They begin at the edge of uncertainty, in the daring choice to risk comfort for possibility. Those who answer the call find that each small act of courage feeds the fire inside, burning away the old limits, revealing strength where only doubt once lived. Potential is patient but not eternal. It asks not for perfection, but for willingness, a single step, a whispered yes. With every move forward, fear loosens its grip, and the horizon shifts. The shadows that once threatened reveal themselves as guardians of the gateway, not barriers. True potential is not a promise of ease. It is the promise of becoming more than you imagined, of waking to a life that pulses with meaning. The journey will demand patience, resilience, and faith in the unseen. But those who walk this path learn the difference between a life endured and a life fully lived. In the delicate balance between fear and bravery, greatness takes root, uncharted, unbound, and profoundly alive. Most wander close to this threshold, feeling the tremor of something immense pressing at the edges of their ordinary lives. They pause, listening to the heartbeat of possibility, a steady rhythm just beneath the noise of daily fears. It is an ache, a calling, a question that refuses to be silenced. Fear steps carefully, whispering that what lies beyond is too great, too unpredictable. It warns that the flame of possibility, if ignited, cannot be controlled, promising that certainty, though small, is safer than greatness that remains unseen. Potential, meanwhile, listens patiently, waiting for the fragile moment when courage outweighs caution, when curiosity challenges dread. It does not rush, nor does it plead. It waits for eyes willing to see past the horizon, for hands willing to reach even as they shake. With every breath, hesitation grows heavier, shaping itself into invisible chains. It binds feet that long to move forward, locks hands that ache to create. So many dreams linger at the edge, waiting for a voice to silence the doubts. Yet even in the deepest hush, potential remains, quietly insistent, impossible to extinguish. The familiar pain of staying small feels safer than the unknown pain of risking everything. Certainty, no matter how narrow, becomes a soft blanket. The idea of stepping into the vast open field of potential feels like exposure. Naked, uncertain, trembling. Potential waits. It is never in a hurry. It has learned the art of patience from the turning of seasons and the silent persistence of seeds beneath winter soil. It watches as days slip into years, as excuses multiply, as ambition is folded and tucked away like letters never sent. Yet it does not fade. Even buried deep, it remains, pressing gently from beneath. A quiet pressure, reminding the soul that something more is possible. There are moments, fleeting, fragile, when the armor of doubt cracks. Perhaps in the hush before dawn, when the world is asleep and the old fears momentarily loosen their grip. Perhaps in a glance, a song, a sudden rush of memory that brings back the taste of dreams once vivid and wild. In these moments, possibility glimmers. The heart remembers. Greatness was always a visitor, waiting to be welcomed. But to invite it in demands courage, not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move alongside it. True courage is not loud. It is a soft, persistent knocking at the door of comfort. A steady voice that says, go further, become more. There is pain in this journey. The pain of outgrowing places and people. The ache of letting go of familiar identities. The raw vulnerability of admitting, if only to oneself, that the world could be bigger and brighter than previously believed. Potential is not a guarantee, not a promise of applause or success. It is a threshold, uncharted, sometimes lonely, always honest. It asks not for perfection, but for presence, not for certainty, but for movement. Those who answer find themselves changed, sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. They discover strength where there was only trembling, find gentleness beneath the armor, recognize the pulse of possibility in each breath. They learn that to be alive is to risk unraveling and to trust that in the unraveling, something true and extraordinary is woven. Will the door remain closed, the story unwritten, the song unspoken, or will the silence be broken and the journey begin? For in the end, the bravest thing a soul can do is to say yes to its own becoming. To stand, even if trembling, at the edge of possibility and step forward. Not because there are guarantees, but because the light inside will not let them stay where they are. The story of potential is written not in grand gestures, but in quiet persistence, in the relentless choice to become. So, beneath the hush of hesitation and the noise of doubt, the question remains. Will you linger at the threshold or step into the unknown and let potential lead the way?